Good afternoon. This devotional is being recorded for Friday, June 21st, 2024. Jesus was arrested, not by professional law enforcement, but by a rabble of street louts, just worthless fellows that willing to have a club or a sword and come and do mischief. In Mark chapter 14, verses 44 to 47, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, it says, "The traitor Judas had given them a prearranged signal. You will know which one to arrest when I greet him with a kiss. Then you can take him away under guard." As soon as they arrived, Judas walked up to Jesus. "Rabbi," he exclaimed, and gave him the kiss. Then the others grabbed Jesus and arrested him. But one of the men with Jesus pulled out his sword and struck the high priest's slave, slashing off his ear. Here comes Judas. With premeditation, a prearranged signal, and he's going to say, "It's the one I'm going to kiss." Jesus has been gathering attention all week long openly in the temple, and yet these drunken louts did not know which one he was. They had to have a signal. They had to have him pointed out. It's this one, because they didn't recognize him from every day he'd been teaching in the temple. And pointing it out was both verbal and demonstrative. Verbal, he calls out, "Rabbi," like he's really impressed with Jesus' teachings. But then he demonstrates by giving him the kiss of betrayal, and how tragic it was. But something else about this, Jesus received the traitor's kiss. He didn't put up his hand to Judas and say, "Stop." He didn't point out how evil this action was. He received the betrayer's kiss. They grabbed him and arrested him. He was willing to go quietly, but they chose violence when it wasn't necessary. And one of his followers, one of the other gospels said it's Peter, but one of his followers took out a sword and slashed at the one servant. And in a less than skillful show of swordsmanship, whacked his ear off. Now, I don't know about you, but if you got a sharp sword in your hand, you can do more damage poking with it than you can slashing, especially when the guy ducks and moves, and all, instead of hitting him in the middle of the head, you just take his ear off. Frustrating. But responding to this injustice, one of the other gospels mentions that Jesus put the ear back on, healed him. But here, we see the man who told us to turn the other cheek actually did. Our tendency is to be like Peter and lash out and want to harm those who want to harm ours. And he wanted to get active with a sword. But Jesus allowed himself to receive the kiss of betrayal and to be arrested, because Jesus was still in charge. And he was going to remind them again and again, this happened because of the prophecy. Everything's under control. So the question is, when bad things happen, when we lose control of a situation, can we believe that Jesus is still in charge, that everything was prophesied, and trust him to take care of things? Or do we have to slash out and try and do our own damage and make things right? Can we trust Jesus when everything's going to pieces around us? God bless you.